A lot of you have been asking for this, so this is going to be the video to say what are the very best prop firms out there. In this video, we're going to be going over the top 7. Again, this is all in my opinion. You're definitely welcome to have your own. Feel free to drop in the comments if you disagree with me. That's definitely okay. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. Alright, so in the last video we went over the worst 7 ones to avoid. Again, those were also in my opinion, but let's go ahead and get started with our list on the ones I can actually recommend. Now this one is definitely good if you like trading futures. This one is Speed Up Trader. So Speed Up Trader has the pros of it's inexpensive to start, it's futures based instead of Forex. You can keep the first $7,000 once you're funded of your profits and 80% after, which is pretty high. They have 4 platform choices, including NinjaTrader, its own in-house one, and they want to add TradingView coming soon. They have a lot of instrument trading options, which is always good to see a lot of variety so that it can accommodate a lot of different types of traders. The cons are you must close positions every single day, which again really sucks. You really got to be on the charts while trading this one, which is never a good thing. They also, you may not trade through news events, and they have a consistency rule. The top funded option ratio for this one is going to be $300 every single month. And with that, you get to trade up to 12 contracts at once, and you get an 80% profit split. Again, 7,000 once you pass, which you only need to gain 6,000, I believe, to actually pass their challenge that they have. Some main things to be considered about is while small, the fee is monthly, which can add up if you're a slow trader. So if you don't like to trade a lot, if you like to trade very little and be very conservative, that $300 every month is a fixed amount, so that will be more of a percentage if you don't make as much, basically. So let's go ahead and move on to number 6. Number 6 is the 5 percenters. This one has the pros of being really interesting growth scale. They have extremely long challenge timer. So if you take a long time, if you want to be just really consistent, slow growing account, this is the one for you. This is a really, really good one. You can hold overnight and over the weekend with this one, which is really awesome. I always like to see that. You can have up to a $1 million max funded account size, and you get immediate funding. So you can make money right away with this one, which is pretty cool. Some cons for this one is it has 20 minimum trading days, which, well, it's not going to be the longest one in this list. That is rather long in my opinion still. It's longer than the average one, the benchmarks that we have for prop firms. So you can only trade major and minor Forex pairs. So again, also kind of annoying that you're so restricted with this one, but again, you are restricted. So they have very small exposure lots rule. So again, limiting lots, never a good idea, but they have that. The top funded option ratio is going to be $1,200. I don't actually recommend doing this one. They have cheaper options I would actually prefer than this one, but this is their top funded option ratio. They have $1,200. It's going to give you 0.75 lots at the beginning. Again, don't remember, it does scale very quickly, and you get to keep 50% of payouts. The main things to be concerned about is it's only made for risk-adverse traders that only trade majors and minors Forex pairs. So if that's you, then this is probably a good one. But hold on for the next one, it's also pretty similar. So this one is going to be CTI, City Traders Imperium. The main pros for this one is up to $2 million max funded. It's going to be the second highest. They have 1% version knockoff of 5 percenters, basically. So they have that on their website. It's just kind of funny. I'm not sure if that's a direct jab at 5 percenters, but they say directly that we fund the top 1% traders, while 5 percenters we fund the top 5% traders. So just a little interesting. Not sure if that's a jab or not. It's just kind of funny between prop firms. Doubles your account size for every 10%, similar to 5 percenters. You get 4 times account size for your first profit target of 6 or 7%. Whether it's 6 or 7 depends on which option that you get. You only need 4 trades per month once you pass the challenge, which is really, really cool. I love to see that, where you can just be long-term holding and just really relax with this one. It's not take it so seriously. It's only 4 trades minimum per month. They have a nice straightforward website, which is really cool. You can trade news with them, which I think it's one of the very few that you can actually do that. You can leave trades over the weekend. Always a huge plus. Love to see that. They say they will eventually add indices, but they haven't yet. Some cons of CTI is they have a small risk per trade, a small maximum risk per trade. The maximum you can risk per trade is 1.5%, so you're definitely going to want to use a stop loss for this one on every single one of your positions. Not that I don't usually use them. I usually do use stop losses, so it's not a big deal. They have 30 minimum trading days for the challenge. Again, that's just for the challenge part. That's just for the first part, and then after that, then they don't have it. They have 45 minimum trades, which is a lot for the challenge. So when you're taking the challenge, you got to take a lot of trades, and it takes a long time. But then once you pass the challenge, then it becomes a really good prop, from my opinion. But the challenge itself is kind of weird, in my opinion. So that's just these cons are for. So you can't play the main video website. It might, which is really weird. I know this is kind of nitpicky to say that you can't play a video on the website, but it just doesn't work, and I think that might be a sign that they just aren't the most technically savvy. Hopefully they fix that really soon. It's not a big deal. It's just a video. You can watch it on YouTube. It's no big deal. But I would like to be able to see that they can fix that on the website, just to show that they are taking their prop firm very seriously. You can only trade major and minor currency pairs, just like 5%ers. But again, they are going to add indices soon, and it is only on MetaTrader 4. The top funded option ratio for this one is going to be 555 pounds, which is approximately $700 US, and that's going to be 0.85 lots, which is, and it's going to give you 50% of the profit share. So pretty similar to the 5%ers in that one as well. I think it's just a little better in my opinion, which is why I put it at a higher spot. Even after the $2 million, you still don't have very much max lot sizes. You only get to have 96 max lot sizes, which is actually going to be less max lot sizes than ones we're about to cover. But you do have a large max loss per trade, $30,000. So that's pretty cool. I'd love to have a $30,000 max loss per trade, which is nice. And you see, it seems like a better version of 5%ers, but very similar. Those are the main things to be concerned about. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This next one is OneUpTrader. The pros of this one is interesting platform choices. The very best one's definitely going to be NinjaTrader. They have a low profit target of only 6%. It used to be 15, but they actually lowered it down to only 6%, which is pretty cool. The first $8,000 of any option that you pick, so they have a lot of different options, but if for any of them, the first $8,000 you make once you pass the challenge is a 100% gain for you. So you get to keep that whole 100%, which is awesome. It's really, really cool. I like that a lot about this one. And you still get 100% of gains for the $150 option. So if you only pay $150 to this one, you can potentially get 100% up to $8,000, which is really cool. Percentage-wise, it's gonna be much worse if you buy the most expensive option, but it's still pretty cool. They have an in-house communication platform and social media with other traders. That's gonna be on their website, so they have their own in-house social media. It's kind of interesting. It's really not that useful. I've been on it before. It's hit or miss. I don't particularly like it, but it's cool that they have it. It's cool that they have the options. You can talk to other traders on there. The main cons behind this one is they don't have MetaTrader 4, they don't have MetaTrader 5, nor do they have CTrader. They only have, they have a lot of options, but NinjaTrader, again, is going to be the best one. It's hard to set up an account with NinjaTrader, and it's confusing to get data show up, at least with the free trial demo one that I tried to do. It wasn't working for showing the actual data from the charts. It's probably just an error on my part, but it wasn't working. So again, just not the best idea, not the best thing for it to be hard to set up, but again, it is kind of hard to set up. So hopefully if you actually get the real ones, the funded ones, then you won't have that issue. I hope it's just for the demo one. The top funded option ratio for this prop firm is $650, and you get to trade up to 25 lots with that one, and you get an 80% profit split after the $8,000. You get 100% of the $8,000. That's super cool. You must be decently technically savvy just to set up and start trading is the concerns. You also have a monthly fee, and the customer support is not fantastic with this one. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not fantastic. On the main thing about reviews from this one is that the customer support, basically. So Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, Traders Central. So this is a really interesting one. I just gave this one a shout out on my signals, which, by the way, if you're not already part of the signals, this is a great time to go on to my website, vvsacademy.com. I'll have it on the screen right now. This is a really cool place where you can get signals from Augusto and myself. And if you get the full one, we actually even help you pass any of the challenges, any of them on this list, including Trader Central, but also all the other ones on this list, as well as any other one, and just become a better trader in total. So it's really good to, if you haven't already, take advantage of that opportunity. So let's go ahead and move on with Trader Central. The main pros behind this one is it's the cheapest one-time payment for a $100,000 account option from this list. So I'm not saying it's the cheapest overall. It's the cheapest that I could find, but it's not the cheapest overall necessarily. So they have no data loss limit with this one. That's pretty cool. They have a familiar profit target structure. They have higher 80% profit split compared to similar structured prop firms, and you can hold over the weekend with this one. The main cons are they only have MetaTrader 4. It takes a minimum of 90 days to pass this one, so it's really, really long. And I'm only talking about their aggressive one, the one-time payment. They have a lot of options. This is definitely the best one. The one I'm referring to takes 90 days. That you can only trade Forex and gold. They have the positive day rule, which is really not hard to get around the positive day rule, but they do have that one for some reason. Their top funded option ratio is going to be $530, which is actually just 712 Canadian dollars. And that's going to be 100 lots, and you can keep 80% of your profit splits with that one. Some main things to be concerned about: it takes a long time to pass. Again, 90 days is quite a long time compared to the other ones on this list. It's limiting on trading instrument choices and platform choices. So again, it only has Forex and gold. Let's go ahead and move on to the number 2. This one is going to be Enfoid. Enfoid was actually on my number 1, but I realized that they actually changed some things recently and made it not quite as good, so I had to bump them down to number 2. The main pros behind this one is Enfoid has a Enfoid prop indicator for MetaTrader 4, 5, and CTrader. So they have an indicator that will go onto your desktop version of your trading platform, and it will tell you how much more you can trade on the day, which is super cool. It just tells you right on your platform, and I think it's live. I actually haven't used it myself, but it looks really cool from the reviews. They have IC markets and other well-respected brokers, so that's super awesome. I love to see the IC markets is my favorite, which is why I called it out by name. And they have two free options as well, so you don't even need to pay money with this one necessarily. But I'll get more into that in the con list in just a second. They have copy trade, which is super cool in the in-house platform. They have MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, CTrader, Edge Invest, and Thinkorswim. So they have a lot of different choices for the platform as well. From scaling, if you pay for any option, or even do the free ones, I believe, eventually, if you continue to do really, really well, from scaling, you can go up to $2.3 million with this one. It's really high. That's from scaling. You can't just pay for that one. They keep everything realistic. They have lots of information on the website. You can stay in trades you entered before news events, but you can't enter or exit 5 minutes before and after a news event. So it's cool. You can hold it through at least. I like to see that. But again, if it hits your stop loss while a news event's happening, then you actually still lose, which is a little bit annoying, but it's still a lot better than other options out there. They let you connect your accounts with other prop firms. So you don't need to pick just one on this list. You can pick Enfoid and another one, and you can connect that other prop firm, and then with the copy trader, they can just automatically take the trades, and that's all in-house from them, which is from Enfoid, which is really, really, really awesome that they have that. They have very clear rules. They have easy to understand timeline. They have a very familiar trading requirement structure. So those are all pros. A lot of pros in this one. Really, really good prop firm in my opinion. Here are the cons though. They have information overload on the website. It is so much information on their website. The free options are extremely hard to get now that they force you to join their community. They have a Discord community you must join, and you have to participate for 3 months minimum before you can even start the challenge for the free option, which I think that takes an additional 100 days or so. to join their community for a long time before you join. Yes, so those are the main cons behind this one, which isn't very many, it's just those two things. The top funded option ratio for this one is going to be $1,000. You can get up to 3 of those, and that's going to give you 100 lots to trade with. That's awesome. I love to see that. 100 lots with CTrader and with IC Markets. Sign me up. But you only get to keep 50% of your profit splits. They also have some other cool things that I didn't cover in this. While your money is with them, you actually can earn interest on your money. So you keep it, and if you fail a challenge with Envoid, you actually get to, so that money is locked in what they call a vault, and that vault will still earn you interest. And if you pass another challenge of the same size, and then on that one, you have a first successful month to get the money back from that second one that you did, you passed, and then you have a third successful month with them, so 3 total months to challenge the first month and then the next one, then you can actually earn the money back from the first challenge that you failed. So it's 2 different challenges, and just by passing the second one and doing well for a while, you can get the money back from both of them, and then you have you're extra incentivized to get that whole $1,000 back, which is really, really cool. The main things to be concerned about with this one is they have a low profit share, even 50%. A lot of things are at the discretion of the company with the free versions, especially. Their medium cost, they're 1% of managed money, so you could choose however much money you want to give them. If you give them the $250, then you're going to get a $25,000 account. If you give them $1,000, then you get to trade that $100,000 account. It's extremely difficult just to start the free versions, like I've already said a bunch of times. Confusing websites with some grammar and spelling issues, no big deal there, but it would be nice to see if they could fix those. Again, not a huge deal, no worries there. And one other one that I didn't put on the list is also I've heard that there's some egotistical issues from the owners and stuff, but again, I can't attest that to myself. I've just heard that from other reviews. Number 1 on our list. You probably already guessed it. It's FTMO. So you know I've been with FTMO for a long time. I like it a lot. I've done a lot of research on other ones. I'm not trying to say that FTMO is the best because I'm doing it or anything like that. I actually do think it deserves a number 1 spot on this list. The main pros behind FTMO is that it has CTrader. It's well respected. It is a very fair and straightforward challenge. They have a high max lot size. By the way, with that fairness, what I'm referring to is their maximum loss is completely equivalent to their to how much you have to gain. So it's a very fair challenge. I like that a lot about FTMO. They have high max lot sizes. You can have up to $300,000 account among 3 different challenges purchased, and you can ask them to combine them if you wish once you've already passed multiple of them. They have no rules at all for trading styles, which I really, really like that about them. They have very responsive customer service. You can pick trading account currency, easy to understand account metrics. You'll be able to trade stocks soon. That's something I'm really excited about. I covered that in my last video as well. Nice selection of tradable instruments. You can get refunded your payment after first successful month. The industry standard for a challenge structure. So that's so many pros for this one because I just think this is such an amazing prop firm, not broker. The main cons behind this one though is that the US clients are limited to only using in-house LMAX data feed, which has a lot of issues lately. Again, no big deal. They have different servers for CTrader and MT4 and MT5. So I've heard that other countries can still trade with Purple Trading Broker as their data feed, but I'm pretty sure that US clients are still restricted to the LMAX in-house one. The top funded option ratio for this one is going to be $630. You get to trade with 100 lots, and you can keep 70% of it. Again, you can do up to 3 of these at a time. The main things to be concerned about is when communicating from the US, it can take a while since they are based in Europe. Just with the communication issues, just time of day, it just makes a lot of sense. So they usually respond to me pretty late at night, but again, it's totally understandable just because of where they're based. My night is their day. So again, if you want help passing any of these challenges at all, definitely check out VBS Academy. It's on the screen again right now. So it's just the very best place for you to get your signals. If you actually want to learn how to trade, if you're new to trading especially, we definitely specialize in that, and we also specialize in helping you pass these fund accounts with the full version, not just the Signal version. Some people have passed the FTMO challenge even from just using our signals, but it definitely helps a lot more if you actually get the full version. It's actually cheaper in the long run too, at least for now. But again, I just hope you guys enjoyed this video so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.